What's that? Oh, a book was found in the Vatican archives called The Prophecy of the Popes. What's in it? Oh, nothing crazy, just that it predicts every prophet there would be since the year 1143. So this was correct on all the prophets? Yes, it was. Okay. So what does this mean? Oh, it just means that it's predicted all of them, and then it says after the last pope, Pope Francis, it just says Judgment Day. Okay. Oh, good. What does that mean? Like a reset, or like we're getting judged, or what are we doing? Not to mention, it was predicted in this book that this is going to all happen in the year 2027. Okay, let's just hope that's not correct. Okay.
NASA doesn't want you to know that they just woke up Cthulhu. Back on August 21st, they announced that there was going to be this mission called Operation Deep Cave. And what they told the public is that it was for research purposes, which was mainly true. But on day 5 of the investigation, they sent out ships with submarines because they thought they found something on the ocean floor. And these submarines were looking for the entrance to a very specific cave, which after a while they found. And I don't know if you can tell what I'm trying to say, but these caves were a little abnormally large, like they could be holding something. Like something very big could have been living in these caves for thousands of years without us realizing it. Now, one of the subs bumped into a wall in the cave and a bunch of rocks fell down, revealing like this whole other area of the cave that they didn't know was there. They heard a really loud bang and then it was silent for a while. There's footage, don't worry. And then what we found out this morning is they heard a roar and the cave began to shake. And some creature emerged from the deep. And this creature was about 150 feet tall.
Yep, we are facing the final days of our existence as dark end times biblical secrets are emerging out of the waters, showing the exact signs that we've been warned about for centuries. People were terrified after scientists proved the biblical end times warnings are real, as the 8th continent known as Zealandia that had been hidden for centuries underwater has now just emerged, with biblical verse Genesis 7:19-20 warning us of the land that flooded with water as high as mountains and heavens being found is a sign of the end, with many saying Zealandia not only shows signs of a great flood and end times already cleansing the earth once before, but it seems as if we are due for another right now. But it gets stranger as the biblical verse Luke 8:17 warns us that when land and lost cities like these come to light, God is already here, with religious experts saying the bone-chilling words, "Something big is coming soon." Despite these theories, this new continent does change how we view tectonic plates, earthquakes, and volcanic activity permanently.
This is a video of a man who claims to have been exiled from the ice wall. He says that the land beyond the ice wall is perfect and our world is basically a prison. And apparently he was banished here as punishment. Now, in the video, he is speaking another language, but people have translated it and they say that he's talking about how beautiful the world outside the ice wall is. Now, the ice wall is something that comes from the idea of the flat earth theories. So, like, instead of having a North Pole at the top of the world and a South Pole at the bottom of the world because it's a globe, the world would be flat and there's just a little ring around it, which is actually Antarctica. But they don't want us knowing this, so there's an ice wall and people, like, patrol it so we don't realize it's a wall. The theory also is that it keeps like the oceans and everything inside of our world from spilling over the edge. People also claim that like there are other lands beyond the ice wall that we aren't allowed to know about. But most scientists entirely reject this theory because there's a lot of evidence that proves that our world is round. But flat earthers believe that the government and the space agencies are just hiding the truth so that no one is allowed to explore past the point of Antarctica. It's basically a conspiracy theory that says we're being kept in the dark about what's really out there. So do you think this terrifying man is actually from the ice wall? Let me know. And come over here for longer videos.
Do you remember that video that China released of the C9ny scraping upon the firmament? I mean, guys, it's so unbelievably obvious. They put it on mainstream television that the rockets don't actually go straight up. They always follow an arched trajectory. And then once they reach a certain level in the atmosphere, they tend to scrape something. I mean, this is in like every single rocket video ever. If you actually have a full video of it launching and then going up into the upper atmosphere. Now let's watch this one. This is probably like 37,000 feet in the air. I'm assuming he's in an aircraft. Well, look at that. It's starting to follow an arched trajectory. Man, I wonder why. Probably because no one can go past the Van Allen belts. And apparently there's 7 layers of the Van Allen belts. You know, like the 7 layers.
This is not just old footage. Something about this video is seriously wrong. People say this was found in a collection of early recordings, completely unedited, just raw footage. At first it looks normal, just black and white clips of people, but then you start noticing it. Their faces, the way they move, doesn't feel human. Their expressions stretch too far, like their skin doesn't have limits. Their smiles feel forced, unnatural, almost like they're learning how to act human. And the scariest part, they don't react to it at all. No pain, no hesitation, just normal to them. Some clips show their faces shifting in ways no real person can control, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. People online are convinced this isn't just old footage. They think something else is in these videos, something pretending to be human, and for a split second it slips.
Confirmed.
Completely flat. Completely flat.
And ice wall, what's beyond the ice wall?
You get to that and you go down and the gravity works in a different direction. So when it rains, it doesn't fall on the floor, it falls up.
Is there another world beyond the ice wall?
Hi.
How long have you been flying for?
Like for Delta 21 years, but maybe like 30 something.
I want to know, because they say the pilots know a lot. Do you think the Earth is flat or no?
I know it's flat.
You know it's flat? How long have you been flying for, you said?
Over 30 years.
And when you tell people that, do they think you're like crazy or no?
Only one person.
Next time you see me, I'm gonna be on the other side of this thing.
Well, we're about 3,000 miles beyond Antarctica. Globe model says we should be wrapping back up around the Indian Ocean, but it's nowhere in sight. If we don't make it, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Don't know where the hell we are. GPS system's no longer working. Apparently it doesn't know either. I'm seeing these kind of rock-textured land masses that I've never seen before. This is just surreal, man. Been waiting for sunrise to get a landing somewhere, but been about 18 hours without light. Gonna have to land soon.
Gonna parachute down, check it out, make sure it's safe for landing.
This place is utterly terrifying, and don't know if I'm hallucinating, but I think
If you've never seen cloaking technology in action, watch this.
So what you're going to see is cloaking. When applying a small electrical current to glass or crystal, look what happens.
Did you see it?
It disappears.
This woman literally got this piece of glass to turn invisible. It might have been for a split second, but it's proof that if she can do it, then the people at the very top, like the government, can definitely do it. As always, stay weird.
What the fuck is that in the sky? What are you talking about? Mom, there's a giant fucking red light in the sky. Is that about to hit? What the fuck is that? Mom, I don't know what's falling, but something's falling to the ground and it's really, really big and bright and red.
Oh my gosh. Is that a plane or something?
What is that? There's smoke behind it. Something's falling to the ground. And it's closer to you guys than to me. I don't know if you can see it. It's behind the houses now. What the fuck was that? We gotta listen. Listen for an impact. Chris, what was it? I'm so scared. What if that was a comet or something? Mom, I've never seen anything like that in my life. I don't know what that was. I'm so scared right now. What if that was a fucking bomb, Chris?
Fuck this, fuck that. Fuck you and fuck your hat. Offended by the word fuck, that's swell. Unfollow this page and go to hell. I woke up petty, had espresso and rage. Phone in my hand like I'm stepping on stage. Scrolling through comments like, why so mean, bro? It's the internet, not a church magazine. You said be nice like that's some law, but I dropped one word and you dropped your jaw. Now you're typing essays like you changed the world, while I turn your outrage into hooks that get curled. It's not that deep, it's not that serious. You're acting shocked, but it's kinda hilarious. You press play, then you press quit, but you still here though, admit it. Fuck this, fuck that. Fuck you and fuck your hat. Offended by the word fuck, that's swell. Unfollow this page and go to hell.
This is awesome. Somebody was able to film Area 51, and it's not crazy blurry, it's not fake. This is real, it's recent, and I find it totally fascinating. So a creator that goes by Jerry Arizona traveled to Nevada, hiked up a ridge outside of Area 51, and pointed his telescopic camera straight at the base. We're obviously not supposed to see what he filmed, but somehow he got the shot. There's a bunch of footage, but check some of this out.
Here you can see some radar, and there's one of those F-16s. Wow, it's super cool to see one of the Groom Lake F-16s up close like this. I think we might have a camo dude. It looks white. Yeah, that's definitely a white pickup. It just came from the gate. Let's see where this truck is going. Looks like it's some large metal structures, metal shelters or something over there. One lone Janet flight sat on the tarmac. I settled in for the night and watched it take off.
So even though he didn't seem to capture an alien piloting a flying saucer, he did capture some super interesting stuff. And seeing the Janet Airlines was really cool. I personally found watching this footage completely fascinating. He does have a few parts, so definitely go to his profile. Come back and let me know what you think of it.
I have no fucking idea why I'm posting this video. I just found an infinite money glitch that nobody knows about, and I don't really want you to know about it either. So if this video blows up, I'm gonna delete it. If you're seeing this right now, you better watch while you can. All you're gonna wanna do is go to this website right here, vixel.app. And then once you get inside of the app, you want to ask Vixel to create you a prompt for a YouTube short for a GTA 6 trailer. And then it's gonna give you a prompt that looks something like this. Now with this prompt, you're gonna go over to the video generation section of Vixel. You're gonna type in that prompt, and then it's going to generate you a video that looks something like this. Now with these videos, this is the most important part. You're going to want to go over to YouTube Shorts and post these videos for the next 90 days, and eventually your account is going to generate you money like this right here. This is an infinite money glitch. It takes 10 minutes a day, so please take advantage of this because I'm going to delete this video.
The particle accelerator altered the weight of one electron and therefore destroyed our universe and shifted us into the universe that's directly next to it. There's a fluctuation in our reality of actually things that are real.
In a world full of major scientific breakthroughs, one name stood out: Max Lugan, the world's smartest kid. He began experimenting at his parents' home at a young age. But what brought him global attention wasn't just his intelligence. It was a discovery he claimed shook modern science and challenged long-held beliefs about reality itself. Then, after speaking about his findings on live television, he suddenly disappeared from public view. What did he reveal, and where did he go? Now this question also arises. Did his revelation lead to his sudden disappearance? Join us in this video as we look into the truth. The boy genius who disappeared after saying too much on live TV. In 2016, a story spread online about a teenage prodigy the internet called the world's smartest kid, who allegedly vanished days after saying too much during a shocking live TV appearance. In 2016, 13-year-old Max Lugan became one of the most talked about young minds on the internet. Working inside a converted boiler room at his parents' home in Nevada, he built a device that he claimed could collect electromagnetic energy from the atmosphere. He explained the idea with the confidence and understanding of an experienced physicist. He named the machine the Energy Horizon Gatherer. Max believed that Earth's atmosphere is constantly filled with radio signals, heat energy, and static electricity. He argued that turning this surrounding energy from alternating current into direct current was not impossible. In his opinion, it was simply a difficult engineering problem that most people had ignored. However, the Energy Horizon Gatherer soon became less important than a much bigger interest. Max became deeply focused on Geneva, and more specifically, on the Large Hadron Collider, the 17-mile circular tunnel filled with powerful superconducting magnets buried beneath the border between France and Switzerland. Max claimed that the collider's experiments, which operated energy levels similar to those that existed just after the Big Bang, were doing far more than studying tiny particles. According to him, they were disturbing the basic frequency that holds our timeline together, and by the time people became aware of it, he believed the damage had already been done. The Large Hadron Collider is the most advanced scientific machine located deep underground between France and Switzerland. It accelerates protons to 99.9991% of the speed of light inside a giant ring that is colder than outer space itself. When these protons collide, the temperatures at the point of impact become more than 100,000 times hotter than the center of the sun. Scientists use the LHC to study the most basic building blocks of reality. One of its main goals was to find the Higgs boson, the particle that confirmed the existence of the Higgs field, an invisible field of energy believed to exist throughout the universe and give particles their mass. Without the Higgs field, atoms would never form, and the universe, as we know it, could not exist. Scientists successfully confirmed the Higgs boson in 2012, a major achievement in modern science. For most people, that discovery completed the story. But Max Lugan believed it was only the beginning. He argued that the Higgs field is not simply another part of the universe. Instead, he believed it is the foundation on which reality itself is built. According to Max, the LHC was not just studying this foundation, it was repeatedly hitting it with enormous amounts of energy, reaching into the 13 TV range. He compared the process to sending too much electricity through the wiring of a house. In his view, once the collisions reached a certain level, they stopped merely examining the Higgs field and started.
This is the disturbing story said to have inspired Granny, and it is genuinely terrifying. In the early 1980s, an elderly couple named Martha and Silas Crow lived in an isolated farmhouse outside Briar Ridge, Georgia. Everyone in town avoided them. No one could explain exactly why. There was simply something unsettling about the way they stared at strangers and watched passing cars from their porch. Over the years, several people who wandered onto their property were never seen again. Police searched the farmhouse repeatedly. Each time they found nothing. Martha and Silas remained polite, calm, and completely cooperative. Then in 1984, 4 teenagers entered the house on a dare. Only one escaped before sunrise. He was barefoot, covered in mud, and kept repeating, "They already knew we were coming." Police returned to the property immediately, but before they could complete the search, the farmhouse suddenly caught fire. Officers barely escaped. When the flames died down, investigators found a hidden trap door beneath the ruins. Below it stretched a network of tunnels, leading toward different parts of town. Deep drag marks covered the dirt floors, as though heavy objects had been pulled through them for years. Months later, authorities discovered that Martha and Silas Crow were false identities. The couple had been wanted in 3 states and connected to dozens of disappearances. They were never found. Whatever tunnel they used that night had carried them somewhere else.
This might be the saddest thing for America, because if a nuclear weapon is launched towards the Russia and it completely wipes out their entire government, a secret computer buried deep inside the mountains will detect the radiation, and it'll immediately try to contact top military leaders. But if no one responds, the computer decides the entire government is dead, and it automatically fires a command missile. This missile will travel across the Russian land and send encrypted nuclear codes to every surviving nuclear site without a single human intervention. Over 2,000 nuclear warheads will be instantly activated, and no matter who originally attacked the Russia, these missiles are permanently programmed to automatically launch towards the United States and Europe.
Air contact starboard. I see rotor movement. Keep tracking. Cleared to fire. Good hit. Smoke visible.
What planets looked like for billion years ago?
Real glitches in the Matrix that can't be explained. Number 1. The plane that landed 37 years later in 1955, Flight 914, left New York and vanished. Then in 1992, the same plane was reportedly seen over Venezuela. The Panic's pilot radioed the tower asking where he was and what year it was before landing. The aircraft suddenly took off again and was never seen after that. Number 2, the Philadelphia experiment. In 1943, the U.S. Navy allegedly activated a secret device aboard the USS Eldridge, making the ship disappear in a flash of green light. Witnesses claimed it reappeared hundreds of miles away, with some sailors fused into the metal and others driven insane. Number 3, the Dyatlov Pass mystery. In 1959, 9 skilled hikers were found dead in the Ural Mountains. Their tent had been cut open from inside. Some were missing eyes or tongues, and others had crushing internal injuries with barely any wounds outside. The case still remains unexplained. Number 4, the SS Orang made up. Nearby ships received a terrifying distress call, saying the crew was dead or dying. Rescuers boarded and found every sailor dead with horror frozen on their faces. Minutes later, the ship exploded and sank, taking the truth with it forever.
What if 9,000-foot trees once covered the Earth, but something cut them down and their remains are the mountains we see today? It sounds impossible, but according to one theory, some of the world's most unusual mountains aren't mountains at all. They're ancient tree stumps. Supporters point to places like Devil's Tower, with its massive column-like formations and strangely flat top. From above, they argue it looks almost like the stump of an enormous tree, and similar formations can be found around the world. But here's where the theory gets even stranger. We already know that wood can become petrified, slowly turning to stone while preserving its original structure. So what if this happened on a scale we've never imagined? Ancient cultures around the world also told stories of enormous world trees, stretching from the earth into the heavens. Trees like Yggdrasil in Norse mythology. What if these stories weren't entirely mythology? What if Earth once looked completely different, covered by trees thousands of feet tall? And if these mountains really are their petrified remains, it leaves us with an even bigger question. What happened to the giant trees? And what could possibly have been powerful enough to cut them all down?
They're soaking bagged salad in the same chemical used to clean your toilet at 50 times the dose. The grim process was exposed in a factory tour. Every leaf dumped through chlorine, then sealed in gas for 14 days.
This bagged salad is so chemical, it's not legal in 30 countries. Every spring mix starts as biosolid soil, literal human sewage spread as cheap fertilizer, drowned in 4 chemical pesticides before it's vacuum sucked into trucks, with no hand ever touching a leaf. What remains is dumped into active chlorine, forming trihalomethanes, a confirmed bladder carcinogen, shipped into polypropylene plastic. Exposure found baking soda can strip 96% of residue, while unwashed bags still scan carcinogens. Comment exposure to scan safer brands.
World Trade Center.
That's the same thing.
What is that? It's over there.
Yep, if you have eaten fish, it might already be too late, as there is an infection spreading within the fish, and what's coming out of animals right now is already growing inside millions of us. People were terrified after footage shows bears dragging a stringy-like infection up to 30 feet long coming out of them, with a man who ate salmon pulling over 5 feet of the same parasite out of his own body, and it has now been confirmed inside over 20 million people. Haunting reports show the parasite latches onto the wall of your intestine the moment it enters, absorbs 80% of your vitamin B12, and grows longer every single day without you ever feeling it until it comes out, and in severe cases it leads to your heart giving out. But it gets worse. The CDC knows about this, and yet the way the fish is still being shipped does not get rid of the parasite, serving it with the infection without ever telling you what's living inside of it.
A recent study found a 283-fold increase in a type of parasitic worm that you find in fish. Eating these worms can give you nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea.
So if you are going to eat salmon, make sure your fish has been frozen properly before it ever reaches your plate, and if you can, avoid eating it raw entirely.
Things they don't teach in school. The sun is white. Water is not from Earth. Earth isn't round. Life existed on Mars. 1100 dB can destroy galaxies.
I live with roaches, about 10 of them. We now close friends, couldn't get rid of them. Let me see your feet, I'ma tickle them. I'm eating red meat, sprinkled with cinnamon. I don't wear Timberlands, got the new rubber duckies, I be killing them. She gave me her hand, I licked on her palm right, I'm a gentleman. My love is genuine. Squeeze booty cheeks tight, left signal on but I made it right. Your granddad really trying to fight, took his dentures out so we wouldn't bite. Nah, a lot of crust on my toes, in the fast lane but I drive slow. Don't like pizza but I still eat the dough, at your house staring in your window. Yeah, creep out my neighbors too. Yeah, how many houses? I said a few.
Human habits that are slowly killing you without knowing. Number 1, sitting down for more than 8 hours a day is as dangerous as smoking. It slows your blood flow, weakens your heart, and shortens your life. Most people who exercise every morning still sit for 8 hours at work and undo everything they did. The chair is killing you slowly. Number 2, sleeping with your phone next to your head exposes your brain to radiation for 8 hours straight. Studies have linked it to poor sleep, headaches, and long-term brain damage. Most people charge their phone on their bedside table every single night, and phone companies have known about this for years. Number 3, drinking water from plastic bottles is putting microplastics directly into your body. Scientists have found microplastics in human blood, lungs, and brains. Every time you drink from a plastic bottle left in a warm car, the plastic melts into the water, and you drink it without thinking twice. Number 4, breathing through your mouth while sleeping dries out your airways, damages your teeth, and reduces oxygen to your brain. Doctors say most people do it every night without ever knowing, and almost nobody checks.
McDonald's is shipping 33 ingredient pancakes. A damning clip has surfaced showing a former employee pull a pre-cooked slab from plastic, microwave it until it sweats, and serve it straight to customers.
McDonald's didn't just freeze the pancakes. They baked an antifreeze stabilizer into every batch. That fluffy stack starts as genetically modified corn flour, gassed with aluminum phosphate, a metal linked to Alzheimer's, then laced with propylene glycol, the active ingredient in antifreeze. And that's not all. That slab is thickened with bacterial slime, sealed in polyethylene plastic, and coated with hotcake syrup, literally corn syrup and chemical dye. Exposure flagged 5 chemical emulsifiers, one carrying a hidden loophole linked to heart disease. Comment exposure to scan safer brands.
Action! Here it comes! Yeah! That's the shot! Keep rolling! Keep rolling! Action! Action!
Full power wave, everybody cleared for the splash zone.
That's way bigger than rehearsal.
Contact, keep rolling. Camera 3, stay on the Khalifa.
Cut! Say goodbye to blurry vision in just one night, and no, you do not need to pay $4,000 for this.
Add 1 cup of frozen blueberries, 1 cup of frozen spinach, 1 teaspoon of chia seeds, and 1 cup of water or milk. Blend it until smooth.
This smoothie gives your eyes real support. Spinach has lutein and zeaxanthin, which help protect your eyes from harsh light. Blueberries help support the tiny blood vessels in your eyes. Chia seeds have omega-3s, which help keep your eyes moist and clear. Drink this every morning and you'll notice less eye strain, less fog, and sharper screens at night. It's not magic, it's just feeding your eyes what they need. Comment yes if this helped. I share simple health tips every day. Follow me and your body will thank you.
What this sheriff did to criminals was beyond disturbing. In 1958, a lawman named Malcolm Reeves was respected throughout the quiet town of Black Ridge, Missouri. Everyone believed he was the most dependable officer around, but behind closed doors, Malcolm was hiding a horrifying secret. None of the people he arrested ever reached the county jail. One afternoon, a rookie deputy named Ethan Carter noticed something strange. Malcolm never completed arrest reports. He laughed it off, saying paperwork was a waste of time. Ethan couldn't ignore the feeling that something was wrong. Determined to uncover the truth, Ethan followed Malcolm one night after he stopped a reckless driver. Instead of returning to the station, Malcolm drove toward an abandoned forest. From the shadows, Ethan watched Malcolm remove the handcuffed prisoner and lead him into a forgotten hunting cabin. Inside, wooden shelves covered every wall. Sitting on them were dozens of metal containers, each marked with a different name. Malcolm grabbed one. Moments later, the prisoner's screams echoed through the cabin as Malcolm forced him inside and sealed it shut. He calmly placed the container back on the shelf. Terrified, Ethan stepped backward and snapped a branch. Malcolm stopped. Slowly, he turned toward the sound with a faint smile. He whispered, "I keep them close, so they never cause trouble again." Ethan barely escaped and alerted the authorities. But when deputies reached the cabin, Malcolm was gone. They opened the containers. What they found inside left everyone speechless.